Hi, this is Elliot Eisenberg of Graphs and Laughs, here to catch you up to date on the latest in residential sales data activity for Hillsborough County. And in Hillsborough County, single family and multifamily home prices both went up 2.8% year over year. In terms of sales activity, they declined a pretty substantial 14.8% on the single fam side, but went up a skosh at 2.4% on the multifam side. Sales price as a function of list price was quite strong in both for multi and single family at 96.2% for single fam and a skosh stronger at 96.3% in multifam side. Both are up, suggesting that homes are doing well and the market is quite strong. Pending sales fell 9.8% on the single fam side and 12.6% on the multifam. No surprise as interest rates have recently gone up. Lastly, active inventories have increased 3.1% on the single fam side, and it's been the case for quite some time, quite a bit more on the multifam side, in this case, 37.7%. In Pasco County, single-fam home prices went up 6.4% over the past 12 months, whereas multifamily prices declined a little bit, 1%. As far as sales activity is concerned, it fell 5.5% for single-fam and went up a very, very strong almost 60% for multifam. Clearly, new construction and sales is driving that activity. Sales price as a function of list price was 97.4% for single fam, the best across all three counties and both types of properties, and 97.1% for multifam, the best across multifamily for all three counties. Pending sales activity fell 7.6% for single fam, but was up a healthy 4.6% for multifam, the best across all three counties and both types of properties. Lastly, inventory increased 14.5% for single fam, and has been the case for quite a long time, multifam saw very large increases in inventory, 71.9%. As for Pinellas County, single-fam home prices went up a healthy 13.8%, the strongest, largest increase across all three counties and both types of properties. Multifam prices also went up, but just 3.6%. As for sales activity, it went up 4.6%, the strongest across all three counties for single-fam properties. Sales activity in the multifam arena went down 8.1%. Sales price as a function of list price rose to 95.2, but fell to 93.3 on the multifam side. Pending sales activity, while down 3.5%, was the smallest decline across all three counties and both types of properties. Multifam's pending sales activity fell 14. No surprise there, as interest rates have gone up the last 6 or 8 weeks. Lastly, inventories went up a large 31.5% on the single fam side, the most for single fam across all three counties, and multifam inventories went up almost 79%, the largest across all three counties and both types of properties. Turning our attention to the national economy, GDP clearly is slowing. In Q3, it grew at a bristlingly fast pace of almost 5%. In Q4, it came down to about 3%, and right now it's tracking at about 2.5%. So clearly it is slowing. The labor market is also weakening. It's from a very strong base, but it's beginning to show some signs of cracking. And moreover, and most importantly, inflation's coming down. It's fallen from 9.1% to now, depending on how you measure it, 3 or 3.5 or closer to 4, but clearly coming down. The problem, however, is that inflation is not coming down fast enough. And as a result of that, the Fed's been telling markets consistently for the last month or month and a half that they're going to slow roll any interest rate cuts. Markets had gotten ahead of the Fed, and as recently as early January had hoped that during 2024 there would be 7 quarter-point rate cuts. Now, end of February, early March, we now expect just 3 rate cuts as opposed to 7 quarter-point rate cuts. As a result of this changing expectations, interest rates have gone up. The 10-year Treasury has gone up, and along with it has the 30-year mortgage, most importantly. And the question now is, how long will it be until the Fed begins to cut rates? And the Fed's told us they want to be very certain that inflation is moving down towards its 2% goal. And they're not there yet. And as a result, they're going to hold off until they cut rates. I suspect that the first rate cut occurs in June, and if not June, probably July. But that means we've still got 3, 4, 5 months to go until we get the first rate cut. At that point, mortgage rates should begin to come down, and they should fall a little more in the second half of the year. My biggest concern right now remains the possibility of a recession, although those probabilities are going down because the economy remains pretty resilient and pretty strong and is keeping any possibility of recession at bay. That's it for now. I look forward to seeing you next month.